Hey, what's up, everyone? So Bitcoin is currently seeing some red the past few days. However, this is coming on the heels of news about the Ethereum ETF. And this is from Nate Geraci. He tweeted about an hour ago that all spot ETH ETF S1 amendments are now in. So now we are waiting for the SEC. We also had this from Eric Balchunas. BlackRock is in. That's basically a wrap. The ball is now in the SEC's court. So the Ethereum ETF listing on the stock exchange is now almost inevitable or imminent. It could happen any day now. I know the rumor is around July 2nd. So it's basically coming now. It's going to happen probably sooner than later. It's very close. And I think the market has not really priced in the Ethereum ETF into Ethereum because it's not possible without the Ethereum ETF product. The only way for institutions to buy Ethereum in the sizable amount is with the ETF product. We saw this with the Bitcoin ETF product. Without the Bitcoin ETF, a lot of these institutions could not enter. So now Ethereum will have its ETF. And I personally think that this will provide liquidity to the altcoins. I think it's going to help the altcoins. And it's just going to provide just more momentum for this market overall. So we'll start with Bitcoin's chart today. Bitcoin is currently sitting on support. And if this support does not hold, it will likely see a test down to 60K. I had put out a tweet earlier right here, which I'm going to explain. This structure looks very similar to last year's structure. We kind of saw this RSI head and shoulders pattern. We're seeing again here. The final breakdown, which we're kind of going below the neckline right here, was basically the bottom of it. And then we start to see the run up afterwards. And we saw kind of like with the left shoulder, that was the pre-move that got us into this range. Same with this. This was the pre-move that got us into this range. So there's a lot of similarities between Bitcoin this year and Bitcoin last year. And with Ethereum broke out. This was on the ETF news, consolidated, lost support, came back and retested the breakout. So Ethereum ultimately needs to get above this 3,700 area. And if it does, then I think this is going to be like just a full send moment for Ethereum. Bitcoin, same thing. If it can get back above this neckline area, then it's going to be full send. So there is a chance that we do see Bitcoin pull back to 60K. There is a chance, obviously, we could see Ethereum pull back once again to the support. But I think with the Ethereum ETF coming, I think this market's going to see a lot more liquidity. I think the alts, especially the alts on Ethereum, the ERC20s, will benefit from it. And maybe short term, we see more selling like we saw with Grayscale. But I do think overall it'll ultimately benefit Ethereum and just benefit this market in general. There's not much going on elsewhere in the crypto space right now. Sentiment is kind of drying up. A lot of people are losing interest. This recent crash to the alts was damaging to sentiment. But I think too that we are just very early. I think this whole structure is still very early. Alts really don't get going until Bitcoin breaks its all-time highs for good. We saw that in every single structure. I've mentioned this multiple times over the past year. And we haven't seen that yet. So whenever Bitcoin does break this all-time high from last year for good, then I think alts will see their run for the better part. So yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum still in the spotlight, still are like the dominant factors in this market. We'll keep an eye on the Ethereum ETF, and we'll see what happens from there. I have a lot of alts that I do discuss on my own personal page, which is in my Patreon. If you go to my Twitter account, it's right here for those interested. I did a 14-minute video just about a half hour ago, updated a lot of the alts. So yeah, we'll see where this goes from here. I think there's plays on the Ethereum side. There's higher beta plays that I've mentioned that are ERC20 tokens that have been doing pretty well since the Ethereum ETF was confirmed. compared to like most other alts that have not done as well. So we'll see what happens with all this and from here on out. And we'll see when, the exact date comes out that the Ethereum ETF gets listed.